Hello? Yes, today I will be talking about unconscious judging. Now, I want to start this presentation off with a question. How much do you think of the population in the US prefers to eat vegetables over meat? Apparently, 40% of the population in the US prefers to eat vegetables over meat, and the amount of people is growing in a rapid rate. Now, before I go any further, the essential message that I want to present today is unconscious judging. Now, to talk about this, I could have focused on historical figures or the Japanese law system, because those are directly related to judging, right? However, I still chose food as my example/topic, and specifically, as mentioned, vegetarianism. That is because I wanted to focus on the judgment we make against others, almost unconsciously. Now, preconceptions against vegetarianism is a great example of this. Now, I do not have an amazing experience to share with you guys today, but like all other speakers, it is also my personal experience that has led me to talk about this here. Before I came here to Tokyo, Japan, I lived in a country called Cambodia. When I was there, I wanted to have a sleepover with some of my friends. I just wanted to call them over to my house and play games or whatever and have fun. So, since it was my sleepover, I organized a basic schedule. We gather around 5 o'clock, go to dinner, come back and play games. For dinner, we were planning to go to a restaurant called T-Bone. So, sticking to the plan, drove to a restaurant, entered, sat down, opened the menu to decide what to order. And instantly, this one guy told me he's a vegetarian. That is probably because T-Bone said something like this. And that. So while the others, including myself, feasted on the good old burger, he ended up drinking 3 cups of orange juice. Later I found out that he was from the UK, and about 1 out of 10 people in this country is actually a vegetarian. So after this, I told another friend about my poor vegetarian friend who had to put up with his mates chunking on meat in front of him for an entire meal. And that other friend told me, you know, vegetarians do not live long. I was very shocked by this, so I asked him why, and he told me it's because humans are omnivores and human evolution happened because we started eating meat and our brains have developed into this. Well, it still quite didn't make sense to me, so I did my research, and it turns out that that theory that my friend stated was not actually proven by any scientific evidence. We didn't grow big and smart brains because of meat, because that would mean lions and cheetahs possess much bigger and smarter brains than us, and that is proven wrong. Also, the Neanderthals, a subspecies of us Homo sapiens, were carnivores or meat eater, and they have gone extinct a long time ago. So, while searching about this, I found out about other preconceptions that people have against vegetarianism. Things like, they're always tired since they can't get enough nutrients, or they always object against people eating meat, or they all think animals are better than humans. Just a reminder that all of these facts are actually wrong. They do not always argue against people's food preferences, they do get enough nutrients, and they do not consider animals to be superior to humans. People start following the vegetarian diet for various reasons. One of them is lowering the risk of sicknesses. Preventable diseases include cancer and heart attacks. If you were to switch from an average American diet to a vegetarian diet, it is estimated to make you live longer for about 13 years. To kill less animals. For some, it is cruel and unethical to kill animals that are proven to be able to feel stress, pain, and fear, which leads to the conclusion that they have feelings. Other reasons include lowering the pollution rate, or avoiding food poisoning, or just staying slim in general. Now you see that all vegetarians have their own reasons to believe what they believe. However, I've gotten so far away from the initial topic of unconscious judgment, and this is where I'll next. Vegetarians are actually judged. If you were to search vegetarian social issue on Google, you will get about the same amount of search results as searching Abraham Lincoln. And that's a lot of search results regarding the recognition of Abraham Lincoln. Vegetarian judging isn't a common thing in Japan, but in other countries with more vegetarian population, such as the UK and the US, vegetarians are often misunderstood and treated differently according to misconceptions and stereotypes. Now, by all this, I'm not saying that all of you guys are vegetarians, nor am I telling you to become one. Imagine having your last hamburger or your last slice of pizza, like the one you're going to have in a few hours, the last one you've ever eaten in your life. Impossible, right? But if I told you that I'm a vegetarian right now, and if you thought, you're on a diet, it may be because I just maybe wanted to lower the pollution rate, or I just generally didn't want to consume the dead flesh of an animal. Jump to the conclusion, if you did, jump to the conclusion from just one fact. That is unconscious judging. And I'm here today to tell you that is not the right thing to do. The most difficult discrimination issues, such as sexism and racism, are being recognized, and we are in the process of entirely eradicating them right now. However, the unconscious judging that I've talked about today still poses a lethal threat to society. Vegetarian judging is just one example. It's like when a person says they like to listen to rap, that does not mean they're always using inappropriate language. Or when somebody says they like to play war simulator video games, that does not mean they are a violent individual. Or when somebody says they like surfing the web, that does not mean they're the only social outcast who stays in their house all the time. This unconscious judging that I've talked about today leads to misunderstandings and hurting people that are being judged. All people are different. We should not be forced to a certain standard, nor should we force others. We're humans. We're meant to be unique. Don't be afraid to be who you are, and don't make others to be afraid of who they are. The next time you talk to someone, before you judge anything about a person from just one characteristic, think about it, research it, or at least don't criticize them for what they are. It may not be easy, but it is very simple. Stop the unconscious judging. Thank you.